You don't make what you think you make. The real hourly wage. It's Monday night. Not a dramatic Monday, not a special one, just Monday. You're standing in your kitchen staring into the fridge like it's going to offer life advice. There's half a lemon, an expired yogurt, and a bottle of something you bought because a recipe online said, "You'll use this all the time." You won't. Your phone buzzes. Another notification. Another email that technically can wait, but you know you're going to check anyway. Your body feels heavy, your brain feels fried, and the thought crosses your mind, I should just order something. You open the app. A meal that used to feel like a treat now feels like a default. $17 for the food, $5 delivery, $3 in mysterious fees no one can explain, a tip because you're not heartless, total $32 and change. You hesitate for half a second, then tap order. And while you're waiting, you tell yourself the story we all tell ourselves. I worked hard today. I deserve this. And you're not wrong. You did work hard. But here's the uncomfortable question I want you to sit with. What did that meal actually cost you? Not in dollars, in hours of your life. Because most people don't actually know what they make per hour. They think they do, but they don't. And once you see the real number, it changes how you see everything. The number you've been taught to trust. From the moment we enter the workforce, we're handed a number and told it represents our value. Salary, $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 if you make it. Then someone divides it by 2,080 hours and says, "Congrats, you make $33 an hour." And we accept that without question. But here's the problem. That math only works if your job exists in a vacuum, and it doesn't. If you ran a business that way, only looking at revenue and ignoring expenses, you wouldn't last 6 months. Yet somehow, when it comes to our own labor, that's exactly what we do. We look at the top line number and ignore the cost of producing it. And the product being sold is you, your time, your energy, your attention, your health, your patience. So today, we're going to do something slightly uncomfortable. We're going to calculate your real hourly wage, not the one on your offer letter, the real one. And fair warning, this may ruin a few things for you. In a good way. Meet the average professional. Let's talk about someone we'll call Alex. Alex is not extreme, not rich, not struggling, just normal. Alex makes $68,000 a year, works a standard office job, lives in a decent apartment, has a car that's reliable enough to be boring. On paper, Alex makes about $32, $33 an hour. That sounds fine, responsible, stable, but we're not doing paper math today. We're doing forensic math. Step 1. Taxes, the obvious cut. Before Alex touches that money, a chunk disappears. Federal tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare. Depending on where Alex lives, that $68,000 quickly turns into something closer to $50,000 take-home. Already, that $33 an hour has quietly become about $24 an hour. That part isn't shocking. What is shocking is what comes next. Step 2. Expenses that only exist because of the job. This is where most people stop thinking, but this is where the real math starts. The commute tax. Alex drives to work, not because Alex loves driving, but because the job requires it. Gas, oil changes, tires, insurance, depreciation. If Alex didn't have this job, a massive portion of that driving wouldn't exist at all. Conservatively, that's $4,000 to $5,000 a year just to show up. The looking professional tax. Work clothes aren't free. Neither are haircuts timed around meetings, neither is dry cleaning that doesn't fall apart after 3 months. Alex spends money to look employable, not stylish, not expressive, acceptable. Call it another $1,200 a year. The convenience tax. This one's sneaky. Alex buys lunch a few times a week because Sunday meal prep didn't happen. Alex grabs coffee because sleep is negotiable, but meetings aren't. Alex pays for things that save time, not because they're lazy, but because they're exhausted. Lunches, coffees, quick fixes, another $2,000+ easily. The life support costs. This is the category no one likes to talk about. The subscriptions you barely use, the impulse purchases late at night, the drinks on Friday because you need to turn your brain off, the random spending that happens when your willpower is gone. This isn't indulgence, it's recovery. And recovery isn't cheap. Add it all up, and Alex's $50,000 take-home money quietly shrinks to something closer to $37,000 to $40,000 of money that can actually build a life. And we're still not done. Step 3. The lie about hours. Now comes the biggest illusion of all. We work 40 hours a week. No one actually does. Let's track Alex's time honestly. Morning routine that only exists for work. Commute there, commute back, lunch hour that isn't really free, evenings mentally stuck in work mode, Sunday dread, checking messages just in case. When you add it up, Alex isn't giving the job 40 hours. It's closer to 55 to 60 hours of life energy. That's around 2,800 to 3,000 hours a year. So let's do the final math. $38,000 of real usable money divided by 2,900 hours of life. That's about $13 an hour. Not $33, not $24, $13. And suddenly, that $32 takeout meal doesn't feel small anymore. It's 2.5 hours of your life. Why this changes everything. Once you know this number, you can't unknow it. Because prices stop being prices. They become time trades. That jacket isn't $90, it's 7 hours of emails. That quick Amazon order isn't convenient, it's a Saturday morning you'll never get back. This isn't about guilt, it's about clarity. Because most people aren't broke because they're irresponsible. They're broke because they're making decisions with fake math. The promotion trap. Here's where it gets even more dangerous. Let's say Alex gets promoted. $10,000 raise, new title, more responsibility. Sounds like a win. But now, longer hours, more stress, more convenience spending, more I deserve this purchases, less energy to optimize anything. When you run the numbers, Alex's real hourly wage often goes down. More money flows through their hands, less stays. This is how people end up trapped in golden handcuffs, not because they're greedy, but because no one taught them to audit the full equation. Time is the real currency. Money replenishes. Time doesn't. Every dollar you spend to cope with work is a dollar that's not buying you future freedom. That $5 daily coffee invested over decades, it's not coffee, it's optional years of your life. The system doesn't want you to see this, because once you do, you start asking dangerous questions. What to do with this information? This is not a call to quit your job tomorrow. This is not sell everything and move to the woods. This is about one thing: margin. Just like a smart business, you stop chasing revenue and start protecting margin. Can you reduce commuting? Can you cut expenses that only exist because of the job? Can you design your life so work takes less from you? Every dollar you don't spend supporting the job is a silent raise. Your weekend assignment. This weekend, when you're rested, calculate your real hourly wage. Be honest. Be thorough. No judgment. Then write that number down. And the next time you're about to spend money, ask one question. Am I willing to trade this many hours of my life for this? That pause is more powerful than any budgeting app. Final thought. The wealthiest people aren't buying things, they're buying time. The rest of us are selling it, often at a discount, without realizing it. Don't sell your time cheaply. Audit your life, protect your margin. And remember, freedom doesn't come from earning more. It comes from keeping what your life produces. If this made you rethink how much you actually make, share it with someone who looks tired. I'll see you in the next one.